Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out Diablo 2 Resurrected. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. And big shouts to Blizzard for hooking me up with some early access so it can provide footage for you guys. But starting right off, there are the classes in the game. Now, just as a heads up, this is the technical alpha. Some things aren't fully implemented in yet. And as of right now, we have access to the Amazon, the Barbarian, and the Sorceress. I'm going to go ahead and actually kick it off with the Amazon because when the game launches, everyone's gonna be rolling Sorceress first because that's the best way to start off, getting your gear, getting those magic find runs done as quickly as possible because teleport is so strong. Until you get Enigma, which then all the classes can teleport. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. Now, just a heads up, as far as the cinematics goes, right now we just have placeholders. And again, things are subject to change. This is a technical alpha. So, ooh, I could definitely feel the like the turnaround. That's definitely something that would be new. I'm also going to give them some feedback as well and give you guys my thoughts and impressions on it.
Well, greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent...
I'm not going to go over all the dialogue, but I wanted to check it out a little bit. So the stash space, oh, I love this. We have the personal and then we have the shared stash space. Really awesome stuff indeed. Now, in the very beginning, you want to have throw equipped. Now, I've played Diablo 2 mainly within the past few years with lots of mods, Median XL, Path of Diablo, Project Diablo 2. So I'll give you guys some feedback and some feels. Even back when we used to use, on Vanilla Diablo, we used to use multi-res so we could actually have the game, you know, match more modern resolutions. But in terms of the game visually, I think it looks great. Oh, it's really satisfying. Okay. Sometimes these can sell for a lot of gold. We have access to swapping weapons. Nice. We need to be level 6 for that. But that's actually like a decent amount of damage that you can output. But let's go straight to the Den of Evil. And if you guys haven't played ooh, wait, hold on. I just noticed that. Look at the reflections. That definitely wasn't there, you know, back in the day. But I'll note if I notice anything that would be a little bit different, I'll try to mention it. But if you guys haven't played Diablo 2 before, that's totally fine. I'll get you up to par with most of the gameplay's mechanics in here. And I believe we also have auto gold pickup. Back in the day, you had to click on every single piece of gold if you wanted to pick it up. And so there are going to be quality of life changes in the game that I think overall most people will be excited to actually have. Not that you really need gold in Diablo 2, to be honest. Earlier on, yeah, you could get some pieces of gear. Oh, you know what? They also have run. I remember you could even get a stamina potion. Later down the line, though, you won't really have to worry about the management of stamina at all. But let's go ahead and hop right into the classic Den of Evil. I love the loading screen, too. But the first quest that you have in Diablo 2 is going to be the Den of Evil. Now, some of the quests in Diablo 2, you don't actually really need to do. For the first time you play through the game, I would recommend doing all of them just so you can, you know, experience the game. But later down the line, when you want to try to progress and max yourself out as fast as possible, some quests don't necessarily give rewards that every class may want, or it might not be worth your time necessarily if you're just trying to get to the end game content and start doing like chaos runs, veil runs, or if you're old enough, you guys remember like Hal runs were like the best form of XP back in the day. But after like 1.1, that changed a lot. Oh, we actually already got a bow. Now, with this, you still need to have a quiver to actually be able to utilize the bow. Oh, nice, we got a town portal. Actually, yeah, we got one. Nice. And we want to try to get the shamans down as quickly as possible. And we are actually out of javelins. And it actually disappeared completely. Okay, now you can replenish quantity, but you know what? For the sake of the gameplay, we'll mix it up. It's not like I'm going to be scaling javelins anyways. You know what? Let's eliminate this guy, because what he's going to do is the fallen shaman will actually start raising them. Oh, Q is actually going to be potions here. Okay, so one thing I've noticed, I'm not sure if I'm getting a hit stunned, but sometimes I feel like I'm not really attacking. Maybe it's because I'm using right click. But I'm also trying to hold shift so we can attack in place. But hit stun is a very big thing because you also have your faster hit recovery when you're actually blocking. So these are all things that, in a lot of games, I would say in terms of action RPGs, they made it easier and you don't have to worry about that. But I like seeing the different body parts kind of come out too. So now that we have our quiver, we have the arrows, we can actually start shooting. There we go. And we've now leveled up. So now we're level 3 actually. So one thing I like to get when I play this on is getting critical strike, so we can have a chance to deal double damage. And then on top of that, I'll just try to get all the skills. Actually, surprisingly, freezing arrows is pretty dang good in the game. Most time people just go multi-shot, which we'll definitely go multi-shot, but I want to go for a variety of skills. So if this is your first time checking out Diablo, don't try to use this video as like a guide for a build guide. I will be making build guides, but we're only limited to so much content right now in the technical alpha. So we can only get up to Act 2, I believe, for right now. I like seeing the gargantuan beasts. Like, you can definitely see like the fur on them. I like that. But we'll have to eventually get some source of Nana Leech, hopefully. That'll be really nice. In fact, I think at the very beginning, Javelin will probably be a little bit strong. Oh, okay. Do we have it? Is it socketed? Okay, so it is ethereal, which means it cannot be repaired. This is a really interesting mechanic that I don't know if it's really been in any other action RPG. But what that means is the item actually has like better stats, but it can never be repaired. So you basically, you use it until it breaks. That's like kind of the idea of ethereal items. However, you can equip them on a mercenary, and since durability doesn't need to be upkept, like you don't have to repair, it doesn't matter on a mercenary, which is something that's kind of nice. Also, if you do PvP, there are people that specifically will get all ethereal items just for PvP to get as much of an advantage as possible, because in PvP you also don't lose durability. But the music is really good. I mean, it's Diablo 2. I know that they've redone a lot of the audio as well, but everything seems crisp already. Ooh, we got a Grand Charm. This is a mechanic that I really liked a lot. Let me go and actually show you guys this. So what a charm is we just get this for free. Like this bonus, just as long as we have it in our inventory, we can just get that free. Well, I guess we're technically using up our inventory, but we get that fire resistance. And fire resistance is actually one of the best in Diablo 2 early on. But we have to actually kill every single enemy in here. And there's always one little guy that usually hides. But let's also grab some of these potions over here. But later down the line, we'll have some source of Mana Leech, so we can start using our skills a lot more frequently. But in the very beginning, yeah, it can be a little bit rough for some classes. The Sorceress does get warmed early on, which is nice for a mana regen. Oh, quest has been updated. I kind of like that. So what that's going to do, I'm just going to get rid of that. And okay, so when it gives, usually ethereal items don't sell for very much, so that's why I'm throwing it on the ground. As I kind of want to stick with bow. It's generally a lot more popular, but our quest log will say monsters remaining 4. It's usually one enemy, and it's the classic Diablo 2 moment where you look everywhere for that one last guy. And sometimes what happens is it'll be like a shaman, and he'll start resting people, and then will be even more. But visually, the game's very impressive. Oh, we can actually equip these leather gloves. Nice. You know, I've noticed even the quilted armor on our character, if you guys can see over here, it's got that classic, just like the shoulder pads that would actually change. So they kept a lot of the stuff true to the original. But what's the hotkey for quest log? So it's J. Okay. Because the keybinds are swapped a little bit here. So you can see, like, we use QWER. Back in the day, I believe default was like 1 through whatever. We'll go ahead and actually let the stamina start regenning over here, because we do have stamina that in the very beginning of the game, you kind of need to like turn it on and off, because you won't have something that will grant you faster stamina recovery or more stamina. But that is another form of resource in this game. But it's not something I would focus in on. Don't try to look for like a stamina build. All right, there's that one, and then we have one last guy to go finish off. I don't actually think I have something keybound to mouse button. It looks like it says C, but if I hold C, that opens up my character attribute. There is the last guy. There we go. And now we can go actually go back to town. Now we can use a town portal, or you can just leave the game and you just, you know, obviously you'll spawn back in town. Ooh, that animation, and you can see the light around it. It's all like blue. That looks very, very impressive. I just used a town portal there because, yeah, I just wanted to see it. But a lot of times people will just like exit and go back because it can be faster, especially if you get the waypoints. But now that we've cleansed the Den of Evil, we'll gain another skill point, and then we'll also mess around with Magic Arrow. Another thing that I think, because I've seen this before, and one of the things they showed off. Okay, awesome. So before you'd have to bind these to the F keys, so you'd hit S, and then when you mouse over them, you'd hit a button. Let's go ahead and actually talk to that NPC, and then we will also get the quest to get our mercenary, the first one at least. And you know what we should also do? We should sell some of our items and see if we can get some extra gold so we can buy some quivers. Oh, so yeah, you can also get the reset stat skill points, but in Diablo 2, it's not as easy just to reset your stat points. There is an item that you can get, which is way later on. Shift compare. Oh, that's another new. I think if you hold control, yeah, if you hold control, you can instantly just sell the item. 1 to life. Okay, that's not anything. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over to Charcy and get some items here.
Hi there.
So, the music is just so good in Diablo 2, though. If we get a hunter's, because I believe it has very fast attack speed, and we get 1 to mana after each kill. Now, my face is kind of blocked in some of these, but this also grants us 1 to mana kill, and it adds 1 to 4 fire damage. So technically, that would be better. But I do really like the very fast attack speed, so if we can get that, that'd be awesome. This is only 149. I think I'm just going to pick up that because it's just going to be overall a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and purchase this. And actually, we could get this too, just for our mercenary. So we'll go ahead and pick this up because we're going to be getting a mercenary very soon. And in terms of armor, I don't think we're going to get anything with faster run walk. That would be something ideal, but I just want something so I have extra stats. Like extra defense, and then we should be able to get one of these for, let's see, I went to 11%. Okay, we'll go ahead and grab that one. This one also grants us 1 strength. It is 500, so I'm gonna hold off on that because I do definitely need to get some more quivers. So there's arrows. I think they call it bolts. Okay, so it's bolts and arrows, not quiver, but same concept. And one thing that you can do in this game is you can swap weapons, and then you could basically have, this one only has 5 arrows, so I'm just gonna sell it. And then we can just go buy another stack here. So one thing you can do is you can basically have 2 weapons. This is a mechanic that I really wish would be in Diablo 3. Like, basically you could proc a certain effect and then swap to another weapon. I like that. And if you guys remember Kadala, Geed was her father. But this is kind of like the way that you would spend gold in the game. Is it really that great as an investment? Actually, wait, if we go to gamble, I don't think we can buy anything here because it's going to be super expensive, especially in the very beginning. But you can get legendaries, or in Diablo 2's case, they were called uniques in here as well. But let's go ahead and go right back into the Den of Evil. And sometimes it can be faster to walk outside of town, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And I probably should have also bought portal scrolls, but we'll be going over to the Cold Plains, and then we're going to go to the Burial Grounds, and that will allow us to go and get our mercenary from doing quests by killing a boss. And in fact, one of the bosses that we'll be fighting is actually going to be from Diablo 1, which is really cool. In fact, all the characters in Diablo 1 made it to Diablo 2, but most of them aren't going to be on our side. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and continue on the path over here. So this is Flavie. And she's actually surprisingly in Diablo Immortal as well, which is really awesome. Oh, I like the little, the waypoint looks really good. So we have a boss over here, or like unique. Ooh, we got a buckler, nice. Got some boots.
I can't carry it.
Okay. Oh, we also got that magic arrow. Let me actually show you guys what that does. So, interesting enough, with magic arrow, it doesn't actually consume an arrow. And I believe what's the mana cost for it? Yeah, it's a lot cheaper. So we might mess around with this for a while. Ooh, there we go. Level up. We get full mana when we level up. But later, there's a skill that's similar to this, but it homes in a target called Guiding Arrow, and it's really great for PvP. But usually people just end up spamming multi-shot. So once we hit level 6, we're going to be unlocking the next tier, if you want to kind of think of it that way, of skills. Because it's not like if I have Magic Arrow, I can get multiple shot. What I have to do is actually reach certain thresholds. And I believe 30 is like the last one that you would need in Vanilla Diablo. And what I mean by Vanilla Diablo is like non-modded Diablo. And I'm really curious to see if mod support is going to be something people can actually like work with. As underneath this game, it is still running Diablo 2, which is really awesome. That's why it's going to feel very similar to what we've experienced before. So hopefully this will be the burial grounds. Nice. So the quest is updated. We actually got the waypoint. Probably should have actually grabbed some town portal scrolls. Do I have one? Yes, I do. Okay. Okay. So we'll wait for the stamina to regen. I think it has to regen a little bit before you can move with it. Otherwise, it just never regens. But yeah, once we reach level 6, which will be relatively soon, we actually have some extra stat points. I'm just going to slam some into this, just so I can have a higher pool of mana. And then we actually have a skill point to put into. Sometimes you can save your skill points, and that way when you hit level 6, we can get like 2 skills. And that's kind of what I want to show you guys. It actually is like more efficient for some classes. I should probably like bind that. And since we got that stash, the belt, what we're actually able to do is actually have 2 rows of potions as opposed to just 1, which is really nice. So here's Blood Raven. Should just pop on these mana potions. It probably would be our benefit. Maybe throw a fire arrow or 2. And she just keeps bringing things back up. Maybe it'll be faster just to get her down. But one thing with Diablo 2 is it's definitely a lot more difficult. So if this is like your first time and you just got access to the alpha, if you die, don't worry. It's the learning curve. Diablo 1 was even more rough, especially in the very beginning for some classes like the mage or the sorcerer. Maybe just standing right in front will be better. Oh no, she's definitely still moving around. And oh, we'll go over sockets and gems as well, because there are a lot more cool things that you can do. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get into rune words in this part of our play session here in terms of like first impressions and the first like moments of playing this game. But yeah, she moves around a lot. We almost got her down though. She just likes to move a lot. Alright, there we go. And there's the lightning that she shoots out when she dies. I'm going to grab all of the little gems as well. So now what we'll do is we'll go back. I love how it says quest has been updated. That's another really nice quality of life thing. Especially for like a new player, you know. But we'll get more points into a lot of things. Like I said, once we hit level 6, we'll be able to throw multiple skill points into things. And that's my plan. So as soon as you defeat her, we'll get our hireling over here. You can also drop potions on them to actually heal them. So if we go ahead and open up their inventory, we can throw this on. Now they don't have like the full equipment. I know in Diablo 3 we just got that update that lets you have a lot more pieces of gear. But this is really cool. It shows you their skills too. That's awesome. Okay, but usually they'll give you like a lower level one. I think we have some gold, right? So she's level currently, what, 2? If we go to higher, we should be able to hire one that's a higher level. And you can see what they have in terms of skills, and you can see how much they cost. Obviously, we want to get one that's level 3. We'll go ahead and we have a cold? They're both fire. I mean, is it that big of a deal? Wait, what does our current one have? Does she have ice? Oh, she has cold, okay. I'm going to actually take one that has cold. Now, their name and stuff doesn't matter, but there are certain names that I just personally prefer. Like, oh, okay, there we go. Heather was my favorite, so we'll go ahead and get Heather. So, do I right-click on it? Okay, and it's just saying, I know my face cam is in the way, but it just says it replaces our mercenary. Now, it's very important that you don't put really good gear on your mercenary and then hire a new one, because that will not transfer over. Okay. So let's go ahead and get rid of maybe some items that we don't need. We don't actually have, and they're only 80. Let's see if we can, we got 1 to dexterity. Actually, the fire res might be a little bit better, but now the mercenary can't have, actually, I don't think you need this on mercenary. Yeah, you don't need to put the arrows on them. Okay, so we're just gonna get rid of this. I'm just gonna get rid of this as well. What you can also do is if you hold shift, I think, when you buy it, or is it? Oh, if you just buy it, oh, you know what it is? It's if you hold shift and click on the potion, it will put a potion in of the same type. So like if this is mana, it'll always put the mana on top of each other. It's actually a really nice thing that they did. But anyways, yeah, let's go and continue and use the waypoint system. And we'll hit at least level 6 in our little play session here. I was thinking like we do like part 1, act 1, but I'll reserve a playthrough maybe for the sorcerers, because I think that will be a better class, especially for people that are newer into the game. I really just recommend starting out with sword. You'll thank me because it's so much easier to gear up in terms of doing like magic find runs, basically trying to get items. Because you can scale fireball real good. And so yeah, we have a nice little mercenary. Just pick up the arrows as we progress here. Ooh, an amulet, nice. We'll get to the next waypoint. So, just like in Diablo 3, you have gems, and you can put them in things that have sockets, but depending on where you put them, just like in Diablo 3, they do different things. And in the very beginning, poison can actually scale pretty dang high too, which is quite nice, but we don't have one of those yet. But it is a damage over time. So we'll get to the stony field now, and maybe we can get to Cain. That would be a good little like area, because we're gonna go back to Tristram once again by a special way. Or enchanted. Oh, a rip.
I need mana.
Ripper mercenary. Ooh, the sound, definitely. I can tell that the sound's a little bit different on the Moon Clan. Because I know that, like I said, they redid some of the audio for the game. But yeah, once we hit level 6, it'll be a nice threshold, like to really change up the pace of the game too. Just have to kite the enemies. A rejuve potion. Alright, that's nice. That's something I don't think we've shown off yet. So a rejuve potion will give you health and it will give you mana, and it's instantly. The other potions will be a heal over time or mana over time. Oh, it looks like our helmet just broke. Okay, perfect. We got the scroll of identity. And we can see if the amulet is going to be any good. Well, it gives us 1 to light radius. Now, when the armor is broken, it won't give us the stats, but that's totally fine. So what we're trying to look for is actually the waypoint, because we will need to go to the Darkwood, and then we will need to come back over here. But the whole game is very nostalgic just to play still, and I mean, it runs super smooth. I don't even have anything to critique at all in terms of, because keep in mind this is supposed to be like a remastered version, not a recreation of like a different experience, and I think that they did a really good job on it. So yeah, we do need to get the waypoint here, because we will need to come back. And let's see if we can find the waypoint. We also need to find the stones. We completed our quest. Monster shrine. Ooh, a small shrine. Oh, we gotta get some potions. Let's see what this does. Might be level 15. Ooh, XP. I think I'm going to actually go back. We'll buy some more portals. I love the town portal animation though. That thing looks so good. I do also really like the quality of life of not having to click on gold, but like instinctively I try to click on it because, again, in the very beginning of Diablo, gold is kind of nice. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you guys can see this too. Sometimes like it could be like, you know, a rendering issue with like the capture card. Basically, whenever you're capturing it won't show up, but there seems to be like some small little like issue with maybe the flame over here, but it's so minor it doesn't really matter. I'm sure they'll fix that. But we can also respec our skill points. That's also another thing that I'm just showing you guys to show you guys. I'm sure our characters won't like progress anyways. But we'll grab some of these, grab some portal scrolls as well. But you can see like my inventory is going to be cluttered with a lot of potions, and that's normal earlier on. But I'm just going to slam everything in dexterity. You can hold shift. This is actually something I was testing out. Sorry my face cam blocks it, but I'm just slamming all my points in dexterity. We have 46 dex. If you hold shift, you can just slam all your points in a lot faster too. But we will bring back our mercenary. Let's also see if we can get a skull cap that will grant us extra stats. And we actually don't have enough gold for that. Because we bought all those scrolls. Okay, this costs 71, and it does have a socket. The whole point is I just want to show you guys this. So in the helms, these will grant +3 to strength. This will also grant 10 to life, so it's good. And I'm actually curious to see if it will show up. So now, if you put a gem in something in Diablo 2, it changes the color of it. Oh, I think it does, yeah. Oh, it makes it orange. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so now I can give my mercenary this. If I can get like some cheap quilted armor too, just so they have extra defense rating, it'd be nice. 94. I mean, usually gems in the very beginning will sell for a lot, although my inventory is completely cluttered. Here, maybe fix this. And then this way they will have at least some armor. And also, hopefully I can still actually afford to revive her. Okay, she only costs 30, awesome. Because sometimes the mercenaries cost a lot to revive, and it's kind of unfortunate when you can't revive them. But yeah, we'll go back in and we will continue. Yeah, because we don't have any other things to buy, really. If I can find maybe something that has... oh, this would be really good, but it's 1,100. And if I could sell this... I mean, the extra cold resistance. I mean, it's nice, but the reason why I really want this is because it's a certain type of certain weapon classes have different ranges. Now, that's not necessarily true with like bows, but like certain weapons, as in like, let's say a bardiche, short sword, like these will have different ranges on how far away you can be when you actually attack in the game, which is actually really nice. I'm gonna shock. Ooh, wait. This is fast with one socket. I'd rather grab this because it's poison. And then we can now go to Heather and you can give her this one.
Use that yet.
Oh, it's because she's required to be level 3. Okay, we'll hold this in our inventory and we'll make use of that later. Oh wait, we didn't actually put in the skill points. Okay, so I'll put 1 point into there, and then, yeah, you know what, we'll still show off everything. It was kind of pointless to reset over there. But I just wanted to do it just I won't really need to worry about that because we can only get to Act 2 anyways. And you can, if I remember correct, some mods did let you have more than one shrine effect, but I'm not sure in vanilla if you can have multiple.
I need mana.
Even with the mana regen shrine, it's still, because our max mana is only 22, which is not very high, it's just gonna take a while. But now that we have way more points in the decks, because I think I slammed 5 into like mana just because I wanted to mix it up. Oh, we got a key. Nice. So there's usually where's that key? Elite. Oh, did you already get him?
Not enough mana.
Rakenichu, there he is. Oh, we got.
Overburdened.
Oh, that's right. You know what? We don't really need that. You know, if I was playing it like 100% smart, what we would do is we would open up our inventory, swap to the second weapon set, and that way I would have a second weapon set. All right. But let's identify the skull cap. Let's see what it does. You know, I'm not actually sure where our mercenary went. What's nice is when you teleport, the mercenary like goes right next to you. But that's just a classic Diablo 2 thing. The mercenary will just be on its own. But let's see what's the difference on this. We have extra mana and energy. Let's go ahead and actually give this to my mercenary. Oh, when they can, because it requires level 4. Because I'd rather have the 10 HP. If the other thing ran in some form of like an attack rating or something, then I would change my mind. But we need to actually find the waypoint. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to the waypoint. Oh, okay, perfect. There it is. So now that we have the waypoint, we can go into the passage, go to yeah, underground passage into Darkwood, and then we'll get the scroll.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like points of constructive criticism for this game, because I want to give them feedback to improve the game, but that will probably come through maybe more time. But overall, I haven't seen anything that like feels wrong, because it's Diablo 2. I still play this game to this day with a lot of the different mods, so like I know how the game feels. And what's interesting with this is, in a lot of mod support, because Diablo ran in a 4:3 ratio, meaning a square, not widescreen, the enemies wouldn't actually function. And I have not seen that issue once, where like basically where there's light around us, like where I would, like basically where my like life and mana are, that would be where the game cuts off and the AI stops working at a longer range. But like say for example over here, I'm gonna see if he actually like comes towards me, because you can see the AI is actually attacking the monster, so like that's behaving fine, because that's still part of the game's AI. So I'm not sure what they did with the AI to maybe make their aggro range longer, because I remember that was going to be a huge issue when they did some interviews with some of the older Diablo well, the OG Diablo content creators. It's just the way that the game runs on like its original grid system. And on top of that, the game ran at, like right now games run at, depending on what game it is, they can run on frames. And like there'd be certain breakpoints, and they mentioned during an interview that like they have everything implemented in. So that's really awesome. Let's go grab this mana shrine. And let's continue. And we'll also, you know what we should actually dip into? Is like some of the customization. Now, I'm playing this obviously on PC, but you can play with a controller. So there's also underground passage level 2. I believe you could just go straight up to Darkwood though. I don't think you actually need to go through it, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. And some of the mods, they like completely change up how you progress in the campaign as well. Move certain things around for efficiency and quality of life. Oh, this is dead end. And right now we don't have anything to ignore unit collision. Like as in Whirlwind, you'd be able to just go through your targets, no problem. But yeah, you definitely don't want to get surrounded. Yep, I was right. You don't even need to go to level 2. Okay. We're just gonna follow this path. There's gonna be this tree. We're gonna basically touch the tree. There's gonna be a scroll that comes out. We take it to Akara. Oh, I like that sound of the Violancers when they die. And even when Heather got hit over there. I want to say that might have been a newer sound. Alright, are we level 6 yet? Oh my gosh. Okay, like I said, 6 is a nice break point. And the reason why I've been saving my skills, because now I can get 3 skills. I can get dodge, so there's a chance that we won't be taking any damage when we are attacking or standing still. So that's nice for survivability. And then I got cold arrow and I got multi-shot. So the other one of them is a passive, so you won't be able to see it. It's just gonna, well, actually you can actually see it because the Amazon will make a sound when she actually dodges it. So whoops, let's swap over to our new skills. So this is cold arrow. And you can very vividly see when something is frozen, which is awesome. Now multi-shot is the skill that is amazing, and it's going to be the skill that we use for a very, very long time. But the thing is, in the very beginning, it costs so much mana. I mean, heck, this one costs a lot too. Maybe we'll go back and put some points into mana, because again, we're only able to reach into Act 2 for this version of the technical alpha, so probably won't get enough, I would say, leech to sustain, because even with chipped skulls, which is another form of like a gem, the numbers won't like give you enough, because you won't do enough damage to the point where that leech is giving you enough to actually sustain casting multi-arrow over and over. But it is definitely one of the best skills. I'll get another Hunter's Bow. Actually, I think she already has a Hunter's Bow. Oh, we were saving this for when she hits 4 and she's level 3. Does it show her? Oh, it actually shows her XP bar. That's actually really nice. Nice quality of life over there as well. So yeah, we gotta look for the tree. But if you guys are watching this on YouTube, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to actually grab the Stamina Shrine over the other one. But definitely let me know if you guys see anything that you guys think that should be improved upon, or maybe even other things that, you know, maybe I didn't actually notice, like, that would be different going from Diablo to, like, vanilla, you know, like the old Diablo 2 versus this one. Like, I noticed that water reflection, that looked really nice. I've always really liked the animation of like the little skull coming out too when they die. Okay, so here's the tree. There's usually antlers they leave.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
Usually it ends up becoming spam mana potions, and we'll do that eventually. It's just gotta have the currency. All right, what did he drop? Spear. Okay. Probably have too many healing potions, but yeah, we touched this tree and we actually need to make room for it. I'm just gonna drink these because it takes up 4 inventory spots. So I think is the waypoint pretty close by? Actually, can I use the arrow keys? Oh, okay, cool. You can move around the mini-map still by using the arrow keys. Although I have to hit function to do this, since I have unlimited stamina over here. We'll get there very fast. You know how many? 3 portal scrolls, okay. And if you want to get fully healed, you can always talk to Akara. There's always someone in town. Back in Diablo 1, it was Pepin the healer. But yeah, we can go over here, go right back in. That way we save ourselves a portal. Actually, There's a yellow hand axe. Let's go back. Go back to the rogue encampment.
Oh, very.
But anyways, going back to what I was saying about like the frames. Some games are run on frames. I didn't finish what I was talking about. Some games are run on frames and some games are run on time. So we'll go right click on this and I'll tell you the order in which you need to click on these stones that are back in the stony field. Although, to be honest, I want to say 99% of people, with the exception of the first time they do that, they never actually right click on it. You know what we do? We just click on all the stones until it works. So I'm going to do it the way most people did it back in the days. You just there's an order that you have to click it on, but it doesn't mess up if you select the wrong one. But that's just the way that I remember doing it. Over in Tristram. Nice. Okay. His stamina shrine is lasting really long. Let's go eliminate Griswold. And look at that lighting though, it's so good. Like coming out of that building. I'm just really impressed by it. More mana pots, okay, there we go. The reason why I like cold arrow is because it makes the target move so slow to the point where like they're never gonna reach you unless you run out of mana. Hopefully I can get aggro because she'll probably die in one hit to him. I believe he might do amplified damage because he's cursed. I don't think he has no mana pot. Nope. Gotta just basic attack him until he goes away. Unfortunately, nothing good for us, I think. So, I believe the wolf head's for druid only, right? Yep, okay. So you +1 to a very specific skill. In Diablo 2, it wasn't necessarily much about, like, multipliers in damage either. So, like, I know in Diablo 3, if you guys play Diablo 3, it's like usually you get plus amount of damage to a skill. In this game, it's more about +2 skill points to grant yourself extra damage to, let's say, that skill. Hopefully we can get some boots with movement speed, although it's quite rare to get it this early on. We need to buy a lot more mana potions, or we can just start picking these up too. So we'll go save Decker Kane, and what's nice with Decker Kane, especially earlier on in the game, he gives you the ability to identify items for free, which is actually really nice. Maybe start messing around with multi-shot as well. Although, with multi-shot, we only got 2 right now. Oh, Lightning Enchanted. I remember this, especially in Act 2. These guys for melee can be very frustrating because if you're right up on them, you'll take a lot of damage from the little like like little shock bolts that come out from them. But you can also do Tristram for XP runs, and on top of that, there's also some gold that you can get when you find Wirt's body, which was the Diablo 1 version of kind of like gambling your currency. Scroll Town Portal. If I remember to pick that up, we'll pick that as well. But one thing that's really nice with the poison, especially when you're doing like split arrow or whatever, it does reduce your damage, but like some of the on-hit effects obviously won't be applied to it because it will apply on hit, if that makes any sense. So that can be kind of nice. Get some extra gold. Now, Wirt's leg. Is she level 4 yet? Okay, awesome. So she can probably swap out. Go pick up Wirt's leg. There should be like 3 inventory spaces. And it can have sockets, I believe, as well. Although this item isn't really that great. It is used for a secret that we can access. But that's accessing it way later in the game. Oh, we got a ring. Nice. That's a perfect time. All right, let's see what this does. Lightning resist 9%. Okay. All right, so this is pretty much all we need to do for this quest over here. So we get to talk to Akara for our reward now. Kane will say thank you as a token of my gratitude. I will now identify items for you at no charge. But now we get a nice little another item. Oh, this is actually good. Ring of Craftsmanship, 1 to maximum damage. So now we're fully kitted out, although the gear might not be the best. Hey, we have our full inventory. But anyways, that would be a good spot for us to go ahead and end off our little play session. I do want to do like a full playthrough of the game when it finally comes out, but right now we're in the technical alpha. But literally there is nothing to critique on this game other than like this little issue with like the flame, and it's like so small, it's not that big of a deal, and it only seems to be happening when I move. I'm not sure what exactly is causing that. It's probably because of the grid system of like something cutting off right here, because again underneath it, there is Diablo 2 still running in the background. But man, is this game just, it's looking so good. Like the shadows, like the way your character moves. I want to say this is definitely something new too. Like when your character moves, they like do an animation before they come to a complete stop. Like all these little small things I can definitely notice. It looks like they spent a lot of time in that department, and it looks really good. But you know, right now we only have access to the next act, and I'll give you guys gameplay footage of maybe some other characters, or let me know what class you guys would like me to show you guys next, and I'll give you guys gameplay footage of that. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. But I know some of you guys might want to see the options in the game, and even going to the graphics. The game's legacy video options, it still shows the 800 by 600, and you can change that. And I have, these are the settings that I'm playing on right now. I guess everything's just coded to high, but you can see all of the different settings in the game, which is really nice. And there's also like, you know, different things. I turned on subtitles. I think that was one thing that I did turn on. And then obviously with controls, and you can use a controller. Maybe, you know, what we could do for the next play session as well is we can just test it out with controller to see how it kind of feels. But if you guys want to see anything in particular, definitely let me know down below, and I'll try to cover it in our next little like video of Diablo 2 Resurrected. But I'm very excited to play more, and I'll see you guys in the next part of our little play session, and I'll update you guys if there's anything else that I really think that is really new. But overall, I would say it's very similar to the original game, and I think that that is what a lot of people did want, with some nice quality of life features. Like again, the auto pickup gold, I love it. It's just so much nicer, especially since usually it's only in like the first few acts that you'll actually need to pick up gold. Later down the line, there are still items that you can pick up from vendors, but it's just something that you don't really worry about in terms of currency. SOJs was like the older form of currency. But anyways, I ranted long enough. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'm just so excited that we're going to be able to finally play Diablo 2 in like a nice resolution, because heck, I was still playing it on the 4:3 ratio, even earlier this year with of course Median XL and other Diablo mods. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you in the next part. And if you guys do want to see more and you are new here, make sure you guys are subscribed with that bell notification on, as I'll be uploading a lot more content very soon with Diablo 2 Resurrected, as well as other action RPG content, because there's a lot of other games that I need to cover this week. But take care, and I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.